Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to part 22 of Let's Play Pillars of Eternity. In the last part, we were resting at the Black Hound Inn. Yep, Black Hound Inn.
Good day, stranger.
So I believe we are, well, yeah, we're well rested. So let's get ourselves on the way to Defiance Bay, I believe. Yeah, Defiance Bay. Because we have I think we have a couple where we have two missions there, a side quest and our main quest. And we also have two side quests to go down below Caed Nua. You know, we'll go to Caed Nua first. That's the closest to go to. We'll go there first. Why not? Well, we need to go to Caed Nua if we want to go to. No, we don't. Let's get one day to get to Caed Nua. It's not too bad. Could be worse. We'll be able to order another building as well, which is good. I'm looking forward to that. I think it's going to be the inn we're going to make next. There we go. So, attack units beat patrol staves off the enemy. So that's good. The main keep, upgrading the main keep will repair your great hall, allowing visitors and adventurers to be available to you and your companions. Adds 4 security. Whereas Bright Hollow Restoration adds none. And the main keep will allow us to pretty much build up the defenses beautifully, whereas everything else would be like there's only a little other things we can do. The woodland trails would increase our security quite a bit as well. Not as much though. And the main keep seems to unlock a little bit more, so we'll go for the main keep. I was going to go for the Bright Hollow, but we've got enough spare money to go for Bright Hollow. And we can't have any hirelings because we don't have the thing. So, yeah, all I wanted to do was that, so let's go to the woodland plains. 18 whole hours, Jesus Christ. I hope that includes rest time. Probably doesn't, actually. Alright, here we are. In the... oh, son of a bitch. Woodland Plains. I'm so easy to forget. Wow, there's a lot of people in that grave. I mean, if you can get a lot of people in a grave, why not? A forest lurker. I think we're strong enough to just, you know, engage. His amplified spell.
Let's go.
I think yeah, this is going to be pretty easy, I'd say. So far, I don't see any of us having a problem. There's our first problem. Get 1 per encounter heal, so you may as well heal full. That way we don't have to use as much as your health as we could have had to do. Awakened wood, we'll put that straight in there. That's this top half done. So, doesn't look like this is an overly big map again, so it shouldn't be too much problematic to do the circle around the edge thing. Or like the way of looking. The game did seem to not be able to get up there. Oh crap. Well, we'll divide our attention. We'll charge you into the Pwaga. You over there. And I guess Durance will take down there. I'll take you. You can take him. And you can take them. Oh, there's a lot more than I expected. Use our... that's the wrong one. Try and use this one to kill off more than a few at a time. Wait, speak of the restless to watch directly the souls of an enemies, filling them with dread. Wow. Yeah, do that. Great. And heal. Seriously. Nice to use those cipher abilities again. Not the right cipher ability. Heal your spell. There we go. Don't know when this small flame blight got here, but let's use a fear again. Oh, that shoots the red. That was horribly stupid both of those right now. Though I guess I didn't really pay attention there. That's my bad. I don't really want to use more of my spells now, but then again, I don't want to use my rests either, so... I may have 4 rests, but you don't want to be using all the rests, well, worthlessly, though. I think worthlessly wouldn't really make me fair right now, since we kind of half our pie is at low health now, or medium health. Ah well, not much we could do. That's just how it turned out, but I wasn't expecting as many enemies, but I think we should be fine for now. I think if one of us are in the red or maimed, then that's when we're going to fucking lion. Alright, you're not fine. Yeah. I think on medium, that's when I'm going to start really worrying. That lion didn't seem to do much of this. Though it did focus me, which is kind of upsetting. But I don't know if my tanks actually have aggro pulling abilities. No, they have the ability to engage a decent amount, I believe, but they don't really pull aggro. So, you know, not the best. But, ah, for God's sake. I'm actually going to, for once, just pull everyone else back for now. And let my tanks engage. Right, now that my tanks are committed, we can engage everyone else.
There's a lesson to be taught.
Well, it would be you, but you fucking head kicked him one in. That doesn't seem good for you. Yeah, he actually got knocked down. Not gonna lie, did not expect that. That could work. We knock them all down, this is doing some good.
Let's go.
Oh well. Oh shit, he's on like no health as well. So that's... Oh fuck, so am I. Use one of my per rest abilities. Did not need to use that. We're actually out of combat, which means I can rest now. He's now got a twisted ankle and he's maimed. Well, that's certainly cause for camping. Let's get a heal multiplier on you.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to sneak up on you. I just... Well, you seemed preoccupied.
You've just begun to stretch and soothe the aches from your body when you feel Alof over your shoulder. He looks away quickly when you notice him kneading his hand into a squirming fist. You seem preoccupied, Alof.
Mad old watches, a cult on our trail. What's not to worry about? I suppose I've just noticed you acting a little, unusual lately. Talking to people who aren't there, remembering flashbacks of your previous life. I just want to make sure you're doing all right.
I guess I don't know what to make of this either.
Then I'm in good company. I should let you rest. It looks like we'll have another full day tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, let's hope today that goes a little bit better than it went yesterday.
Right.
Not even that long after leaving the inn were we already in a state where I'd fucked up too much. Now, I can't actually... I think I'm just not understanding Pillars of Eternity. I think that's the problem. So I'm probably going to have to do some research instead of, you know, blinding it completely. Because it may take too long for me, playing this blind to actually click. No, I can't. We don't need that. The amount of deaths I could have. Ooh, a woman. Okay, so it's one of these. You see a group of robed figures sitting next to a fire. This woman, much younger and smaller, sits with them. They are discussing travel and making plans, deciding which road will get them to their destination faster, or the fastest. A rustling noise catches their attention of the several members of the group, and they stand, watching over the fire, straining against the darkness to see. An enormous shadowy figure makes its way into the camp, and the darkness slowly parts against the firelight to reveal who it is. Many members of the group stand, readying weapons. Others quietly invoke their god, preparing spells for battle. The girl looks around, confused. When the man sitting next to her stands, holding out his arms, he chastises the others in the group for not showing proper hospitality to a stranger. The man walks toward the ogre, hand extended, speaking words of welcome with his own tongue. The ogre stares at the man for a brief moment. Then, with swiftness seemingly unnatural for a being of his size, it swings the club it had been dragging behind itself. It connects with the man's head, causing a wet, crushing sound. The woman to the girl's right screams and rushes to the man's side, covering half the distance before the man has even fallen to the ground. From the darkness all around the group, terrifying and blood-curdling shouts answer the screams of those in the camp as more figures appear through the darkness.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ, that woman's been through a lot, hasn't she? And I just robbed her as well. Wow, well, what are you going to do? I mean, you really shouldn't just leave things around. That's on you on this. That's on you at this point. So we've got a burnt down house. Interesting. So we're at the bottom of the map now, so we can just do a nice circle, then we'll figure out what's on the center. Right. That doesn't look like as much in the south. Looks like the south's a lot nicer than the north. Why do I speak? Right, everyone, go that way. Except for you two.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's go.
Right, this time it shouldn't be too problematic, I don't think. Call agony. I want to see what it does. Calls 1 damage. That was pretty pointless use of that ability. No, I don't want to use my health. Fuck you. There we go. Damn. Ah, there we go. I did get it back. And I lost less health because of it. Good. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what I'm going to start trying to do from now on. Trying to min-max my usage of the one per encounter, or once or twice per encounter. And actually realise when they're once per encounter and not fucking twice per rest or once per rest. Right, same again. Come over here. You guys engage.
Let's go.
Right, now you guys engage. I don't know if it's like the further it goes, the more damage it does. No.
Let's go.
Doesn't seem to be that way. Go we use that on her. Yeah, it didn't seem to lose much health at all then. Bit late on the summoning of creatures right there. Yeah, you'll do though. You'll do. Right. Again, another forest lurker. Well, I'll take you to go down there, and then you two can just get involved. As usual, we'll use the amplified thrust to bounce back. Yes. Use the monster encounter straight away. Try and keep them on max health. I don't think this is going to be a problem. Usual once per encounter. max that elf out. There we go.
Kinda like your attention, don't you?
God damn it. All of you move, right. So what's up here? Ah, that's just connecting to the upper up here. Ooh, dead body. Where's the dead body, ladies and gentlemen? There's normally loot. And if there's not loot, then you need to run. Because there's probably someone around who's looted it. You never know, though. You never know. Right, now we're just going to fill in the last few pieces of the map. On our way to Defiance Bay, to the archive. I believe we're on the way to an archive or a library. I think it's an archive. I was reading these before I started the part. Yeah. He's going to the archive there, and this we're going to... And this one we're going to... the Temple of Oidakia. So the archive is only a side quest. Still, we're going to treat it as if it's a whole. That's awesome.
Tumak. We'll just wait a little longer.
A dwarven woman dressed in skins and hide leans against the road marker. Her face is turned down, her eyes darkened by a thick stripe of face paint. She's sharpening a bone arrowhead with a scrimshaw-handled knife. Her attention, however, is focused on a bear figure between her feet. A large white-furred fox is standing at her heels, looking at you approach.
Easy, Itumak. It's not him.
You seem lost. She shifts her head and looks at you. I know exactly where I am. It's my friend who's lost. Who are you waiting for?
Short version? I'm looking for a very, very old friend. I'm not sure what skin he's wearing now, but I'll know him when I see him.
Your friend is supposed to meet you here.
That's what I heard. Of course, the man who told me so was carrying a staff he claimed was made from dragon bone, but I know whitewood when I see it. That should have been my first clue, but I had to try something.
Becca, what does this stranger have to do with your friend?
The long version. Here we go. I'm from an island to the far south called Nasitak. I came here looking for a village elder, a man we knew as Persok. I'm a hunter back home, so tracking someone wouldn't normally be a problem. But Persok's trail is cold, to say the least.
Why can't you find him? There can't be that many of your people in the Deerwood. He died when I was still a young girl. Forgot to mention that part, did I? I'm looking for his latest reincarnation, which could be anyone. How long have you been looking for Persok? Her painted brows lowered, and her compact, muscular frame sank for just an instant. 5 years. So how long have you've been searching for 5 years for a stranger you barely remember? Who could be anyone now?
That about sums it up.
Actually, I know how you feel.
Then you have my sympathies. Hopefully you've got a better lead than I do.
How does that statuette figure into it? She dusts the figurine on her trousers and raises it in her small, flat palm. It's carved in the shape of a bear, smooth and round. The polished adder is worn and dull, to a dull mat along its arched back and ovoid hunches. A soft glow emanates from within.
Cute, isn't it? It belonged to Persok. Before he returned to the wheel, he left a splinter of his soul in it. Something to help us find him later.
As she holds it out to you, you feel a wisp of sensation. Not quite memories, but traces of someone.
When I left Nasitak, it was completely dark inside. But as I've gotten closer to Persok, it's glowed steadily brighter. Since I've reached the Deerwood, however, it's gotten hard to read. Some days it flickers and goes dark. Others it shines nice and bright. For a few hours.
What will you do now?
But most of the time, it looks just like this.
I'll let you off. What will you do now?
I can tell you what I won't do again. Rely on miracle peddlers. It was some so-called watcher who sent me to this crossroads in the middle of nowhere in the first place. I was on my way out of the Balmarsh when I heard talk of a traveling mystic who could supposedly see souls. I knew it was a long shot, but what did I have to lose? I went to see this fellow and gave him the Audra figurine. He made a big show of moaning and rolling his eyes, and after I'd given him 5 golden dukes to lift the shroud, he told me to seek the crossroads in the field between the wolf's lair and the twining trees.
Go on.
He thought he was being vague, but I know the area well enough to recognize that he meant this place, right between Defiance Bay and Twin Elms. I had a bad taste in my mouth, but my coin was spent and I'd already left an arrow in his knapsack as a friendly warning. Told him I'd come back and leave him with another if it turned out he was giving me the runaround. I've been here a week now. Guess he had the last laugh after all.
May I see the may I see the figurine?
Why?
I just want a better look at it.
Fine. But if you try to run, just remember that my arrows are faster.
She hands you the figurine, her chapped knuckles grazing your hand. She watches you examine it, wary but curious. You raise the Adra bear, turning it to the light, as your eyes catch a tiny, glinting scratch. The scenery around you melts away. You're standing on a cliff overlooking the water. Seeing through the eyes that aren't your own, you catch the musk of beast amid the fresh scent of vegetation, and your heart beats a little faster. You'll have to watch your step up here. You look down just as long enough to see a sharp, pale cliff drop into the water of hundreds of feet below you. I see a vision of cliffs high over the water. Does that sound familiar? The question was greeted with shrugs and silence. I've got it, he's standing on a cliff.
What are you talking about? What just happened?
I'm a real watcher. She blinks at you a few times, calculating. If you'd seen the way he stares a dead thing, you'd know it's serious.
You realize I've got no coin to give you, even if I did believe you.
Yeah, come with me, I've got other business in the air and we can look for Pasok on this way. Ah, shit. What is she? She's a ranger.
Already gone.
Let's try without Esme for a bit.
Huh?
So she has a pet. It says she doesn't, but I can see you fucking do, you bitch. So she uses a bow and then dual blades. Interesting. She only has fine armor as well, which means she could do with some better okay, it doesn't matter. We don't have any better medium armor.
Yeah.
Oh no, she's a ranger, which means she has a pet. Itumak. It has a... Oh, it doesn't have a horn.
Yeah.
I thought it had a horn. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to unfortunately have to end this play. I hope you guys will enjoy, and I'll see you guys next time. See you guys then.